Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queens of the Ring. I'm Sarah, and I'm here with my dear friend and my co host, Miss Denise. And Philly Special Cards, Mitchie Poo is our honorary queen? He's backstage. But Mitch said to me, he goes, I don't think it should be honorary. I think I should just be a queen. And I'm like, okay, well then. I'm like, make sure you put your pinky up when you're drinking your tea. Because then that means you definitely are a queen. Because all real queens put their pinky up. So, but yeah, Mitchie Poo's backstage. So thank you for joining us tonight for Queens of the Ring, which is exclusive to the Hardcore Sports Network. Hey, Ram, how's it going? Good to see you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys, everybody, tomorrow night when I do Dynamite with Earl on his channel. So, but yeah, Queens of the Ring is exclusive to the Hardcore Sports Network, so please please subscribe. It helps Denise and I out a ton. It helps the network out a ton. But you can also find us on all social media and Spotify. So even if you can't watch us on YouTube, you can always listen on Spotify later. So, excuse me. So yeah, we've got some things to discuss tonight. The very first thing we're going to talk about is what got you into loving wrestling. So I know I've told my, story a little bit before, but I'll go to you, Denise. What got you into wrestling?
Back when or now?
Well, I guess you could go into both. I mean, they're both relevant.
Back when I only watched it for a short period of time. Was it like 99 or 2000? I remember I was in middle school and I only watched it for Trish because she was my favorite.
Cool.
But what got me back into it was what initially got me back into it was Drew Claymoring MVP over his VIP lounge couch. I'll still never forget that. That was
wham!
Woo! There it goes! And even the cow goes and everything.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny.
Oh yeah. And then even I remember too watching this segment before that with Shayna and Becky, and when Shayna bit Becky in the back of the neck, and I was just like, what is going on here? Holy shit. And I was just hooked. I don't even I kind of zeroed in Drew is what drew me into it, but I think I just fell in love with it again, just watching it. Because I mean, I didn't necessarily watch the following week because of him, just because I liked it. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
But he definitely did help get me back into it, and I have been hooked since.
Pretty much. Hey, Tati, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it very much. If you guys haven't yet, check out Tati's channel. She does AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan, and I think TNA too. I'm not sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Tati. But she does watch-alongs. She does reviews of the shows, and she's excellent. So check her out. So, like I said before, I've told my story, I think, a couple times, but for any new people listening and watching, so I've been watching wrestling since I was a little kid. My older brother, who's quite a bit older than I am, all I remember is he brought home, and I'm aging myself here, brought home a videotape, a VHS tape of WrestleMania, and I remember it was Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan on the front of the box of the videotape. So I think when Earl and I discussed it last, I think we determined that was WrestleMania 5, I think. Okay. So I was a kid, very small child, but I do remember that. So that's kind of how I got into it. And I thought wrestlers were superheroes. To me, they were superheroes. So um,
Mm.
that's why I liked it. And that's why, when they talk about, I've heard a lot of, interviewers and things talk about how in like the 80s and into the 90s, wrestlers, like a lot of their gimmicks were very cartoonish because they were targeting children, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then Attitude Era came about, then they had to change all that. But
Mhm.
why, so I got into it, and then the Attitude Era happened, and that just was like opened a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
um excuse me. So then just kind of been watching, got out of it a little bit. Just, had stuff going on, didn't just couldn't watch it as much as I wanted to. Um, but still would watch it. So yeah. So I really that was it. I got into it when I was a kid.
I wish. I mean, like, I know if I stayed into it, oh, no doubt, I would have been like,
Hmm.
just like, I would have been like, obviously more knowledgeable than what I am now.
Yeah.
And I definitely probably would have,
Me
well,
too, Tati.
I would have been uh hell a lot younger, so I wouldn't have been able to afford anything, and there's no way in hell my
Sure.
parents would have taken me to shows because I'm the only one who likes it. They don't like it. My mom voluntarily went with me to the Royal Rumble. That's about it.
See, now that is super duper cool. That is so cool that your mom went with you to Royal Rumble. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I was like,
Um,
I know you
I
have.
wish my mom was able to do something like that
Yeah,
with me. That would be, seeing Earl. His mom got him into wrestling.
yeah.
So, anybody watching us right now on YouTube, go ahead and put in the chat, how you got into watching wrestling or loving wrestling. It's entertainment
It
for
is.
us, and that's why I think a lot of us wrestling fans, we get pretty defensive.
Mhm.
Excuse me. When people call wrestling fake, wrestling is absolutely 100% not fake. Um, the storylines are it's scripted television, just like watching a soap opera or a lot of the reality
TV.
TV shows, quote unquote reality TV shows. Um, but what happens in the ring, the physical stuff, that is 100% not fake. I mean, and if it was, do you think that there would be people getting injured like they do, having to leave, have surgeries and
Mhm.
things like that? No, no, that would absolutely 100% not be happening. So, um, it's like and I think for a lot of us too, it's an escape.
It is.
Yeah, thank you, Tati. See, wrestling is 100% not fake. Like it is real. What those men and women do day in and day out, whether you're at a show, you're at like a pay-per-view or PLE, whether you're watching Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, you know, Collision, whatever, that stuff, they put their bodies on the line and they put themselves at great physical risk
Yep.
just to simply entertain us and put on a show for us. And I think a lot of us use wrestling, wrestling, I know for me, it's an escape. Like it's just a little bit of time where I can forget all the craziness from work, working a full-time job, all the stuff I have going on with family and things like that. It's like I can just turn my brain off. That and horror movies. Like, so we're getting to spooky season here, and I am so pumped. Like, I
I
am
love horror.
so excited. I've been watching scary movies since I was 7 years old. Halloween's my favorite holiday. Like, Halloween, so scary movies and wrestling, that kind of like I can just turn my brain off for a little bit, not have to think about the craziness of life, and I
Mhm.
can just focus on the craziness that's on the TV. And,
Exactly. You're like, that could be my life right now. I could be trying to fight for my life.
It's like, dang, I am so glad I did not have to take that chop from Gunther. Or holy crap, I am so glad I don't have to jump off a ladder onto plates of glass like Darby Allin. Like, can you imagine?
No.
Thank you, Earl. The storyline is predetermined, but the bumps are real. Absolutely, they are real. Like, that stuff is no joke. I mean, you think of the crazy stuff these guys and girls do. It is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts. And not to mention, they also, I think in some ways, they also have to have acting skills.
Oh yeah.
See, Ram said that he's been following wrestling since 1995. I think that's about when I kind of started. Yeah. Darby is yes. But I mean, you gotta think of, I think they have to have some acting skills to act like a specific move hurts when it really doesn't, or it hurts more than it really did, or to not sell a move and be like, that didn't hurt me, getting slammed down onto my back, or getting thrown, in a German suplex and landing on my head. That didn't hurt me at all. So, fan since 1998. See? That's great. That's great. So, but yeah, it's just, there's so many things to like about wrestling. And I always say, you know what? I think it's awesome when I see little kids at wrestling shows, because it's good fun. It is good fun for moms and dads and family members to take kids, and they don't have to worry about, the kids can be mesmerized by it, whether you're watching Cody Rhodes. I know a lot of kids really like Cody Rhodes. So whether your kids are fans of somebody like Cody, or if they're a fan of Roman, or it's so cute when I see little kids like put ones up in the air. To me, that's it's so cute. Or when you see the little kids, like I'll see them dressed up like Cody Rhodes with like his
the whole line.
Yes. Or when I watch AEW, I've seen little kids dress up like Mitch's favorite, Orange Cassidy, which is pretty much jeans, a t-shirt, a jean jacket, and these aviator sunglasses. Super simple costume. So if you want to dress up your kid for Halloween and he's a wrestling fan, you can have him dress up as Orange Cassidy. It'd be super easy. Super easy costume, because we know Mitch would dress up as Orange Cassidy.
Oh, we know 100%. Absolutely. I dare you to do that.
There you go. When the kids sing Joe Hendry's theme song, that's another good one. Kids are just, it's super fun. That's fun for me
too. They just take it all in.
Yeah, definitely they do. Daniel Berry Sports, how's it going? Thank you for joining us tonight. I usually see you in Earl's chat, so I appreciate you stopping on in here and spending some time with us. So, see, Tati says it warms my heart. It warms my heart seeing little girls love pro wrestling. I see myself in them. Well, my younger self. Yes, that is very true. It's very true. I mean, kids, they need to be able to just forget about whatever stressors they have going on too. I'm sure school stresses out kids. Maybe they don't have the greatest home life, and it's a cool auntie or uncle taking them to a wrestling show. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's an escape for so many people, and what these folks do for all of us with entertaining us. And I mean, as much grief as I give certain wrestlers that I don't really care for, I mean, I wouldn't be able, I know, without a shadow of a doubt, I wouldn't be able to do even a fraction physically what these people do. And yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like I said, I use it as my escape. It's just time to turn my brain off, not have to think. I can just focus on the show, like watching Raw last night and being on the edge of my seat, pins and needles. Like, I honestly, oh my God, no. No. Earl says the day with Liv Morgan, he says the days of Liv.
No,
I say,
Earl.
No. I call her, like I said, she is the white trash hoe. because that's exactly how she's acting. She's acting like a white trash hoe.
And like a little child last night when she didn't get her way.
Oh my,
No, I don't
oh
want
my
that
God.
looking at Shark Cage.
It's so okay. I know
bitch.
we're kind of going off of what the original topic was, but like it is. Oh, Punk is on NXT. Yay! I like Punk. It is so cringy to me when she screams like because she's thrown a hissy fit. She screams. I'm like, oh my gosh, that it just it's like I'm embarrassed for her.
That and her laugh. And I was like, can you not do that, please?
I know, right?
I was like, you like change your laugh. Your laugh is ridiculous. You sound stupid. Like it sounds forced. Just stop.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Yeah. Oh, Liv acted like what?
Well, I mean that first laugh I did was to mock Liv, but
yeah, Liv is acting. She is acting like a white trash hoe. You know, with the booty shorts or their bottoms or butt cheeks hanging out and the heeled boots and yeah, no.
Why you need boots?
No. Like, I'm sorry. That's just it makes me cringe. And I'm not knocking anybody. There are a lot of people out there. I'm not knocking anybody that like Mitch. He loves Liv. I'm not knocking anybody that likes her. She's just particularly, even before she became a heel, even when she was a baby face, she's really not my cup of tea. But I'm really, really hoping that Rhea Ripley wins. This is another thing I was going to ask you about, Denise. So I really, really hope Rhea Ripley gets the title back because, like I've said before, like I've said before, Rhea Ripley was never, she would still, if she hadn't gotten injured, she still would have the title right now.
Yep.
Thanks, Ram. See, Ram even says that Liv's laugh is really bad. Like it's just, yeah, it just makes you kind of like I squinch at my face. It's just cringy. Yeah. But Rhea Ripley, she was not slated to even lose the Women's World Championship until next WrestleMania 2025 at the earliest. So I'm really hoping that she wins the title at Bad Blood. I really, really do. Because Liv doesn't defend it. I don't think she's elevating the title at all, at least with Rhea Ripley. You know, she would have matches. She would be prominently on television, even more than I think Liv is. Liv has been pretty prominent since joining Judgment Day. But something I wanted to ask you about, this is what I wanted to ask you about. So I've been hearing a lot now granted it's on social media, so who knows how true this is, but I've been hearing a lot that they are not planning on having Rhea win the title, that Raquel Rodriguez is going to come out and help Liv keep the title. I'm like, okay, so Raquel Rodriguez is going to come back a heel after being gone for however many months she's been gone due to a legit health issue.
Yeah.
I don't think Raquel Rodriguez would come back as a heel to help Liv Morgan. I really don't.
I don't think so either.
But it would make sense if Liv was a babyface and Rhea Ripley was still a heel. So I think if Liv and Rhea's roles were reversed, then it would absolutely make sense.
Yeah.
And I could see that happening, but I wanted to get your perspective on it, like kind of what you thought about that.
No, I agree. I don't see it happening. Because, I mean, like, before her medical condition started, she was a face. Like, she was a face coming when she got drafted to Raw. Did she get drafted? I don't even know where she got drafted to from NXT.
Raquel?
Yeah.
I think it was Raw.
Okay, that's what I thought so too.
I think it was Raw, but maybe I'm remembering wrong.
I mean, she was a face when she got drafted, and she's been a face. I mean, then she went away because of her health, and then she came back for the Elimination Chamber, and a little bit before that, and she was I don't see it happening just because if they were tag team partners and champions for a short period of time don't mean jack shit.
No, I mean it really doesn't. It really doesn't. Yeah, it's just it didn't make sense to me. I'm like, okay, so they're gonna bring Raquel Rodriguez back as a heel after she's been babyface for so long, and she's good as a babyface. It's not like she was floundering and
Yeah.
struggling as a babyface. I could see maybe doing a change up if she was struggling or they had a very like high profile storyline for her to be in that was going to elevate her.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they would bring her back as a heel to elevate somebody else and for her to like get nothing out of it. That doesn't make sense to me at all whatsoever. So Tati actually has a nice question. She said, "Do you ladies have Randy or AJ action figures?" Sorry, random question. I unfortunately do not, but do you have any AJ action figures, Denise? She's like, "Hold my beer."
One of each downstairs.
Oh,
and I have plenty more upstairs. So yes.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I do.
I know Tati has quite the collection of we know she's a humongous Undertaker fan. So she has got quite the collection of Undertaker stuff. And figures are included in that. And the way she has her, because you could see the background of her videos, it looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It looks the way the way you have it laid out, Tati, and it looks really cool. I know, little AJs, they're so cute.
They are, and I have I think 15 of them upstairs on my wall of AJ.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so cute. It's so cute. I mean, and AJ's shorter anyway, but just seeing him in like really miniature size is just
I know.
It's so cute.
It's comical. It's comical.
Yeah.
Even that too.
But they did a really good job though with designing those, and I'm quite surprised how some of when you're talking action figures, it's really just kind of surprising to me how sometimes you get certain action figures and they definitely you can tell who they are. Like you can very much tell who they are. But then there's other action figures where it's like, okay, who is this supposed to be? This doesn't look oh, this is them? This doesn't look anything like them. What the heck? Okay, Earl doesn't have any action figures. Yeah, guys in the chat, let us know if you have any wrestling action figures and which one's your favorite. But yeah, so no action figures for me. Not yet, unfortunately, but yeah, so but that's another cool thing too. I mean, you're appealing to kids. I mean, the action figures are a must. It's another way for the kids to connect
exactly.
with wrestlers. Wrestlers are superheroes, especially to children. Oh my goodness. Tati says, I have close to 100 Undertaker. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Get more AJs, Denise. Don't worry about paying your light bill.
I'm constantly looking. Don't doubt that. I'm constantly looking. And I'm like, I don't have.
Oh my god! Yeah, don't worry about paying your bills. Just buy those AJ. Just buy those AJ
style
action figures. It's fine.
Bills don't matter.
Bills don't matter. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, so your electricity got turned off. Oh, well, at least you can use the light from your cell phone to look at your action figures.
I had to get that one AJ figure that just came out. Sorry.
Oh my god, Earl. Earl says, I'm my own action figure.
Oh my god.
Good grief. I could see Earl. If Earl had an action figure, I could see it being like a spaceship.
What?
Yeah, because he always says, "Welcome to the mothership." I could see
Oh,
Earl's one
yeah,
of his
true,
action
true, true,
figures.
true, true,
It's
true.
a little Earl, and then he comes with a flying saucer. Genius.
I'm sorry, that
That's how I would market Earl. Welcome to the mothership. You got a little miniature Earl and a flying saucer, complete with flying saucer.
Oh
Or he'll say, "Yep, me and Sarah and I are here to move the furniture, do the heavy lifting." So I could also see like a table, which fits with the wrestling theme because tables are used in wrestling,
yes, they are.
not to sit at and eat a meal at, but to put somebody through the table. Oh my goodness. Let's see if what would Mitch be?
Oh God.
I could see Mitch, a little mini, like a mini Mitch. I don't know, maybe a crown because he's an honorary queen of the ring.
Oh my God, with that jean jacket and sunglasses.
Oh, that'd be like an Orange Cassidy. Oh, yep, because we all know that's Mitch's favorite person in the whole wide world is Orange Cassidy, man. Oh my God. Oh, he would kill us. He would kill us.
Oh my God.
That is hilarious. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of things, there's lots of different things to, really like about wrestling. I think too, when you think back to when not so long ago, Mitch
No
says, I
word.
have no words. Well,
Oh my
that's
God.
okay. That's why you're the producer backstage. You
We
don't
just
need
make
to
fun of
have
you
any
on
words. You don't need to have any words there. Um, but I think, a few years back when Vince McMahon was still involved. Oh, here, Tati, another random one. Have you guys ever collected tickets from the shows you went to? Everything is digital now, but I still have ticket stubs saved and cups from WWE events too. Oh, that is such a cool idea. No, I've never done that, but that is such a cool idea. Like if you want to, remember a certain show, you can always save the ticket stub and put it in a picture frame and, you know,
No, yeah. I mean
that's a
the
smart idea.
the
I love that.
like she said, with them all being digital, I just put into my wallet and my phone. But the
Mhm.
shows that I did, like the Superstar Experience for, I did hold on to the tickets for that. Um, I did buy a cup at one of the shows. I can't remember where, but there are a couple of cups that I have that like I've purchased off of like eBay or whatever. One's the SmackDown, and I do have like, and then one is a WrestleMania from a couple. I think it was the WrestleMania 36. I think is what it is, and then I have two Randy cups and everything, but they're all like the two. There's a WrestleMania and then a SmackDown one. Those are like strictly WWE, and then the Randy cups that I have were from 7-Eleven, like those collectible cups or whatever.
Oh,
But
that's
the
cool.
thing that I would buy when I go to the shows are the programs. I love the programs because it has pictures of all the wrestlers in it and stuff like that.
Oh, see, now that's another smart idea.
That's my
Like I
go-to.
could see like if you go to like let's say you go to a WrestleMania, I could see like saving maybe the ticket stub, buying a program and doing something like making like a display of stuff from that night. So like buying a cup, buying a program, saving your ticket, and you could do like a little display or whatnot. Oh, I love this. So Earl says, I have 145 ticket stubs from the past. They're in my brother's house in Virginia. That is so 145 ticket stubs. Good grief. But that would be cool to make like a collage out of them when you have
Oh
that
yeah,
many. Like
right.
there's so many things you could do with that. Oh, see, Tati says that she has 7-Eleven cups too. Yeah, there's not really any 7-Elevens near where I live. They're mostly in Milwaukee. I've seen them in Milwaukee, but I'm about a half an hour, 35 minutes outside of Milwaukee. So I'm not really in the area, I guess. Although I did, I was very interested in those cups they kept showing. This was back when Michael Cole and Pat McAfee were still doing, I believe they were still doing Raw together before Pat went back to College Game Day.
Yeah.
Those cups they had, I think they were for Carl's Jr. restaurant. I think
Okay.
that's where they were. I think that's what they were, where they were at. They didn't. I don't have any Carl's Jr.'s around here.
Yeah.
I actually have never heard of that restaurant before. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not getting those. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I would have loved to do those. And they were like cool big plastic cups. I'm like, that'd be perfect to, drink soda or iced tea or something out of.
Yep, that's what I put my coffee in.
Yeah, see, and I have now
pop.
Well, see, now I do. Yeah, see, Tati doesn't have Carl's Jr. near her either, so that would make it a little bit difficult. Now I do collect coffee mugs, so if they were to have something like themed on a coffee mug, I would totally do that.
No, agreed.
And I guess in my younger years, I would collect shot glasses, like, fun shot glasses, just not because I was super duper like partier or heavy drinker, but I just they had some really neat shot glasses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I collect coffee mugs. So I have this thing. It kind of looks like an old school like coat rack, and it hangs on the wall actually in my dining room over here. And there's all these little hooks on them, and yeah, I have coffee mugs. It's like right above my Keurig. So if they were to sell coffee mugs, I think that would be pretty cool because I would definitely add some to my collection for sure. But yeah, that's I think, and I like Tati's idea. Her comment to Earl, she said, "That's cool, Earl. You should organize them and put them in something like a photo album." I think that's fantastic. Like putting them in a photo album, or maybe kind of like scrapbooking. So like put one in like a slot where you'd put a picture and then maybe write a little like on a small piece of paper. They have all these scrapbooking supplies. You could write like a memory from that particular show.
Mm-hmm.
That way when you go back and look at it, oh yeah, I remember that. Or it would help you, like if you're talking to a friend or a family member, maybe one of your children, niece, nephew, like you could tell them, it could bring up memories for you, and you can tell them cool stories about the shows that you went to. That's actually, Tati, that is such a smart idea. I love that. But yeah, I mean, wrestling is a lot of things for a lot of people. I mean, I've heard wrestling helps people with their depression. I have heard it helps people with their anxiety. It helps, it helps people like, come out of their shell where maybe they could be a very quiet, reserved person. It helps them come out of their shell a bit more. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, speaking about where I kind of got off track here. So speaking about getting all pumped up, how about that main event on Raw last night?
I had a feeling it was going to happen.
I'm like, I didn't think they were going to pull the trigger, but it makes sense because so he has grown his base so organically. It's not, I mean, he's not being like super duper, like heavily pushed. He's not slammed down our throats. His entrance is awesome. His entrance theme song is awesome. He's very interactive with the fans.
Yeah.
Even if, especially when he comes out like last night on Raw, I love. I cannot speak enough about the new production they're doing on Raw and SmackDown, where they like the entrances for the wrestlers, where the camera like follows them from backstage out, or Jey Uso was like last night. Jey Uso was like, up in
the concourse and everything,
concourse, like a concession area, and had fans on both sides of him in the camera. I love that. So even if you don't do an entrance like that, even if he just comes out from Gorilla and walks down like the entryway, I can't really call it a ramp because it's not really a ramp anymore.
I know.
even if he just has like a normal entrance, his entrance is so interactive with the fans. Like
Mhm.
you've got people yeeting and you got people singing along with his song. And, he has just, oh my goodness, I was so happy.
He's
I was
definitely
so
cool.
happy for him. Oh my gosh, somebody that's been, think about it, he's been in WWE on the main roster for 14 years.
And that's his first.
And that's his first singles title. Yep, that was the last 3-hour episode of Raw um, until January, unfortunately.
Oh crap! Wow, yeah, it is, isn't it? Holy wow!
Yep. They said October 7th. I think it was October 7th. If I'm not, yeah, October 7th, it's going to 2 hours. Thank God. Oh my gosh. But it's just like Raw, I think they have the roster that it can somewhat justify having the show be 3 hours. SmackDown which is another thing I wanted to ask you about in a second. But yeah, I mean, I just was shocked. I was not expecting that at all. And I do feel that, it's really funny, Earl. So Mitch texted me a link to watch your reaction of Jay winning. And yeah, like your reaction was so funny. I loved it. But I was so pumped for Jay. Like, I still cannot believe that 14 years and
I
he just now won his first, individual, singles title. And that's a dang shame. Like,
Yeah.
they've been sleeping on him for a long time.
Yep.
Long time.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I wonder, why. I honestly didn't think they were gonna do it yet. I could see him, it happening maybe down the road, but still, when you think about it, he has lost how many title shots so far, and it's like, come on, you
Yeah.
guys got to pull the trigger sometime, even if it's not a super duper long like title run or anything. I think this is super cool, and I'm so happy for him. But there was one move last night during that match. I literally gasped and put my hands over my mouth. I couldn't believe it. Was when Braun Breaker was getting ready to do, I call it the choo choo train, where he runs around the ring and he was aiming to spear Jay, and Jay caught him with a super kick.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Like, whoopsie.
Holy crap. Like, I literally gasped. I covered my mouth and I said, holy shit. Like, I couldn't believe, like, the way he caught him with that. That was like the absolute, like, you had to be 100% on point to catch it the way he did. Oh my gosh. And Braun selling it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, both those guys, they both did they had an amazing match. It was so good. And I was trying so hard to stay awake. I was really tired. I'm like, I want to watch the J match. I want to maybe. I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but I was struggling to stay awake, and I'm very, very glad I did. Yeah, Tati said 14 years is long. Most probably would have given up before then, unfortunately. You're absolutely right. But 14 years. I mean, I think something too that maybe, tied, I don't know if this is the appropriate way to say this, but tided him over was because he was a tag champion with his brother Jimmy. So at least he had that. He won tag titles with his brother when they were still doing their tag team. But I wonder if him having the title, the Intercontinental title, if they're only going to give him like a couple weeks with it, and Braun Breaker's going to win it back, or maybe if this is at all going to play into the bloodline, the stuff they got going on with the bloodline right now. Like he has a match with Braun Breaker for Braun Breaker to win the title back, and the bloodline comes and screws it up and he loses the title, and that kind of brings him back into the fold with the bloodline. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but
I'm just
yeah,
trying to figure out how that would happen though, just because he's the only one who's on Raw.
Well, didn't something happened, guys in the chat, like, correct me. Yeah, as a single competitor, yeah, you're absolutely right, Earl. They owed him several receipts as a singles competitor, 110%. I could not agree with you more. They owed him many receipts. The way he constantly is putting others over,
Mm-hmm.
elevating others. Um it's just, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy. Like I was trying so hard not to like squeal last night. Like I was so happy I was trying not to squeal. So it was funny. So while I was trying to stay awake to watch the match, once I saw Jay win, then I was like hyped up. And then I had a hard time falling asleep
Falling
because I
asleep.
was so I was just jazzed for him.
That's
I
funny.
was so excited. So yeah, it's well deserved, 100% for sure.
Oh
So I
yeah.
guess we'll just have to wait and see like what happens with, Survivor Series. Is he getting looped back in with the bloodline? It would make sense if he
Yeah.
is, because he is part of the original bloodline. But which begs another question. Where the hell is Jimmy Uso?
I know.
I was just like, what the
I
hell?
know.
When I was so excited when Cody said, no, I'm not teaming up with Roman Reigns. I was so happy because I'm like, this is their champ. Like, this is it. They're bringing Jimmy back
Back,
finally.
yeah. Wah,
Womp
wah,
womp.
wah.
I was so disappointed. I'm like, that would have been the perfect segue
To bring
to
him
bring
back.
Jimmy back. So I don't know. And I guess Rikishi's been posting stuff online, like, pray for Jimmy and all of that. So now it has me scared. Like, is something like going on with him?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
is he sick or whatever? Like, I'm very worried about him. So
oh boy.
yeah, see, Tati says sleep like a baby after all the excitement. See, it's so hard. I was so excited for Jay. That, oh my gosh, I had a very hard time trying to go to
That
sleep last night.
that was me. Back in July for when I stayed up for AJ's match in Japan. I mean, like I was
Oh
exhausted. I
God,
was
I can't
struggling to
imagine
stay
that.
awake. Huh?
Oh, I said I can't
Oh
imagine
yeah, I was struggling to stay awake. And then he comes out and I'm like wide
because
awake.
that
And then
was
I'm like,
when.
okay, it's like 6:30. I need to go to bed. I'm like, and I can't sleep. Thank you so much for
Because
that.
that was the one where you stayed up all night and like he ended up like the show started at like 5
two,
a.m. or
two
something. Like,
o'clock. He came out at like 5:30.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you are more dedicated than I am. It's like, even if it was Randy, I'd be like, nope, sorry, I'm DVRing that. Like, I'm recording that. I'm
I mean,
not,
I
I
could have done that if
can't.
I wanted to, like watch the playback of it, but I'm like, no, I can't.
I suppose it doesn't take it, it takes it away from like watching it live.
It's
It's
not
definitely not the
what
same
happened.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Oh, so Earl says that Jimmy is dealing with personal issues.
Oh
That's why
boy.
he's not back. Because I'm like, he was supposed, like, they were talking about him coming back like a month ago.
Yeah. Hmm.
Golly.
Boy.
I hope whatever issues he's dealing with, that he's okay, that he's healthy, because I know he's had issues with alcohol and stuff
Mm-hmm.
in the past. I hope that Jimmy's okay. I really do. So, whatever he's dealing with, I hope he's okay. And I want him, selfishly, I want him to come back as soon as possible. However, I want him to be okay, to be
Yeah.
able to
Oh yeah,
come back,
absolutely.
you know. Oh, Tati says Japanese pay-per-views will do that to you. Main events are usually 5:30 to 6 Eastern in the morning. Oh my God.
Yeah, there were
Oof.
11 matches in that pay-per-view, and he was match 10.
Oh man. So it's not like you could watch him in like the first three or four, it's not like he's in the first 3 or 4 matches and then you watch him and then go to sleep.
No, yeah. Because I mean, like with him being over there, it was a big deal. So he was one of the two main
Sure.
events. So that's why I think that's
Sure.
why.
Yeah, that's so special. That's so special. Um and I'm still crossing my fingers and really praying and hoping that with this partnership we have with, that I say we, I shouldn't do that because I'm not a part of WWE. So with the partnership that WWE has with TNA, I am really, really hoping that we see him have some sort of a run in TNA.
Yeah.
I just, oh my goodness, because he was there for so long. It was such a champion of TNA. It would give me the warm and fuzzy feeling to see him go back and do, have a run in TNA again. Maybe against Joe Hendry. That would be fun.
He destroyed Joe Hendry. Come on.
I know, but I'm just saying because I know he's been a heel lately in WWE, so it would be cool. I think it would be cool. I like Joe Hendry. I think he's got a lot of charisma, but if he were to come to WWE and sign with them after his contract with TNA is up, I think he would definitely he would definitely be better suited in NXT. While he's got the charisma, he's got a really good gimmick, but he does need to, kind of hone the skills, his in-ring skills and things like that. So, but I think that would be fantastic. It would give him so much more exposure and make him into an even bigger deal than he is right now, that he's done just getting over on his own with his catchy songs. And if you guys haven't yet, you should do, I did a search on YouTube, and there's a video. I can't remember who did it, so that's why you'll have to search for it on YouTube. But there is somebody put together like a compilation video of all of the Joe Hendry songs that he has written and sung about other people. Like dogging on them and making, oh my gosh, there are some zingers in there. They are so funny. Oh my gosh, they are so funny. Like, so if you think his his theme song is catchy, you should try to look for something like that, because he has done so much more than just his own entrance song. It's hilarious. Like, he's written a couple songs about Top Dollar from WWE. He's in TNA right now. He's done a couple songs about him, and they are oh my gosh, the one, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, I was crying laughing.
One of those.
Oh my gosh.
One of those live, and then Joe Hendry got his ass beat for it.
Yes, but it was so funny. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was so funny. Yeah, Tati, I agree. Tati has a comment in here. We are over Cody. Yeah, now I know I can't speak for Denise when I say this, because she just never liked Cody, never was a big fan or anything. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, especially with his title, with him having the title and everything. So, I mean, already in his first week, people were saying how boring he was. And I'm like, come on, guys. I remember saying this in a couple of the lives I did with Earl. I'm like, calm down, give him a chance, He's only had the title for a week. And then he's only had the title for 2 weeks. Wait, he's only had the title for 3 weeks. And I found myself constantly having to saying that. I'm like, yeah, this is not good. He is so flippin' boring. Oh my gosh. Yeah, pretty much. Nap time.
Wake me up when the match is over. Thanks.
Nap time. Like, I don't understand. It's like you spent 2 years building him up, having him go after the title, this wonderful feud he had going with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. How did you not think to have storylines or something in mind for him once he had the title? Like, getting the title is one thing, but once you have the title, keeping it, that's a totally different story.
Yep.
And he's just so, it's like, that's why I like seeing him when he gets fired up and he gets angry. It's like, finally some emotion out of him, some fierceness out of him. And he's just, he's so boring.
Yes,
I'm
people have to
like,
pull that fire out of him, and that's really sad.
yeah,
That's
they
sad.
shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to have that pulled out of you. You shouldn't, you know. I mean,
Sadly.
that promo video we saw on SmackDown on Friday night between him and Roman at the football stadium at Georgia Tech, that was very good. I
I
thought it
wasn't
was very
feeling
good. What was that?
I wasn't feeling it.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was good more so like on Roman's side. And it's kind of like, okay, so who's the baby face and who's the heel here?
Yeah.
Because Cody's been a babyface since
Mhm.
he came back to WWE, and Roman is now a babyface after coming back from, after losing the title at WrestleMania. So who's the heel?
Yeah.
Who's the heel?
Mm.
So that's what it made me think. That's why I liked it. But for people saying, "Oh, it's cinema. Oh my god, this is amazing." I'm like, I wouldn't go that far. I
Yeah.
really wouldn't go that far with it.
Because
No.
I mean, what are they gonna? I mean, yeah, Roman was a heel for the better part of almost 4 years, and then he's
Pretty
gone
much.
for what? April, May, June, July, August, 4 months, and then he comes back a baby face. Okay, that makes sense in a way, but
Yes.
I mean, like,
Oh, Jesus. Look at the screen. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. It's Naughty
all the
Blaze.
days. Like there's no
SpaghettiOs are
way that
delicious.
they're gonna like turn Cody heel. You know how many disappointed little fans they're gonna have.
Well, that's why I said. So I've heard also people say, "Oh, you should turn Cody heel." Well, that's all well and good. Um,
Title off of him if
that's
you're
all
gonna do that.
that's all well and good, but like you said, he has got so many kids that look up to him. Really? Do you realize how absolutely devastated they're going to be? So I don't know. So
Yeah.
Blaze says WWE. This is very true. WWE has worn out the words cinema, aura, story, and yeet. In my opinion, yeet. Oh, I was yeeting all over myself last night with Jey Uso winning the
Oh
Intercontinental title.
my
It was great. I was so, oh my God. Like I said, I was struggling to stay awake. All of a sudden, I was all hyped up because Jey Uso won. I was so happy. Got me all just full of energy, and then I was wide awake. So that was fun.
God.
Yeah, that was fun trying to go to sleep after that. I was like, okay, now I'm like wide awake because I'm super excited. So
Yeah.
very, very excited for him. Very happy and excited for him for sure. Very well deserved and long overdue, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But oh my God, Blaze.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeet. Oh my gosh. And still, ever since, I have to say another thing too before we kind of move on a little bit, because I know we've got a couple more like topic things to talk about. So I have to say, I really am enjoying Joe Tessitore on Raw. I really
Mhm.
like him. He's doing a very good job.
He
He's
is.
such a great job, and he's so adorable with his signs that a fan will give him a sign for every time Jay comes out. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cute. Like he's trying to get Wade Barrett to do the yeet and stuff. It's just so funny. But
Wait.
he's excellent. He is
He is.
just very good. I really, really, really like him a lot. I'm definitely warm. I guess I unfairly kind of judged him before even hearing him because I was not happy that Pat McAfee was leaving because I really enjoy him with
Oh
Mike
yeah.
Cole. They are just fantastic together. I love those guys together. Kind of makes you think of a younger version of King and Jerry Lawler or
Oh
King,
yes.
Jerry Lawler and JR.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what Pat McAfee and Michael Cole make me
People
think.
are, yes.
But so I wasn't expecting to like Joe Tessitore and his announcing as much as I do. He is really good. I really, really like him. I think he's a great addition to Raw. I mean, he's had some slip ups and stuff, with things that he'd say, like if he calls a move something else, like
Mhm.
whatever, dude. He's learning. He's never done wrestling commentary before. It's like I've seen a lot of people like talking smack about him and stuff, and giving him in WWE a hard time about it. I'm like, come on now. He's only been doing this, what, 3 or 4 weeks now at this point?
Yeah.
Give me a break. It's, oh, see, Blaze said he's glad Jay finally got a singles title too. Well deserved indeed. Yeah, it really is. It was, oh my God, it was so overdue. Like I said earlier, and Tati was talking, commenting on it as well. 14 years that man has been on the main roster, and he just won a singles title now. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Daytime.
They've been sleeping on Jey Uso this entire time, and they've got a gold mine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
Yeet shirts and all the merchandise and stuff. And like I said, his entrance is so interactive, and, it gets people up off their feet. It makes them feel good, makes them happy. And that's why I don't mind when people complain about singing Seth Rollins' entrance song or singing Shinsuke Nakamura's song. Like, who cares? Let them. People are having fun. Wrestling is
Exactly.
fun. Wrestling is fun. It's a people's escape. It's a way for them to bond with family members and friends. Do something, to do something with their loved ones. Like, who cares? If you don't like it, that's fine. But don't sit there and dog on other people because they do like it.
Exactly.
That's what I don't understand. It's like, just, mind your business. Leave people alone,
People don't know how to do that, sadly.
Oh God, please.
Naked dudes.
I just saw the comment. Mitch is eating all over himself in the back. That's why he hides during these streams. That's right. He's our honorary queen. I told him he's got to start drinking anything, coffee, tea, soda, water. He's got to have his pinky up now because he's an honorary queen.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh. Well, it's okay. I made him show the comment, please. Oh my God.
He had it up too. He
They're
did
just
have it up for a short
wrestlers.
period of time.
Hashtag naked dudes. Nope, it's not naked dudes. They're just wrestlers. They're just wrestlers. It's fine. It's fine. So anyway,
I mean, now, well, adding to that, sorry, I mean to interrupt you. But like now, if they were naked, they wouldn't be on my screen.
Yeah, God.
They wouldn't be on my computer screen.
Nope. Nope. Hold up. I gotta say, hold up. Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to.
Oh my goodness gracious. Gosh darn it. Sorry, y'all. My allergies have been driving me crazy today. Good grief. So, yes, our next topic, sorry, we're just on topic number 2. We kind of been going off on different things here. Favorite female wrestler of all time. I think I already know what you're going to say, Denise.
Well, I mean, Trish is definitely one of them, but I love Becky. I love Becky.
So I miss seeing her.
Becky and Trish.
I miss seeing Becky Lynch. I really do.
I do too. And I mean, I love her. I mean, she even commented on my makeup. So I was just like, oh, thank you. She's like, I love your makeup. I was like, thank you.
She did? Oh my God, that's so awesome.
I know. I was like, wait, what? And then I got a compliment from Scarlett too. And I was like, holy shit, what?
Oh my God, that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I was actually wearing hold on. Was it
the last show that you went to?
Oh no, it was back, or was it this one? It might have been that one. I can't remember the picture or whatever.
Oh, that is so cool.
It was back in October last year, last
Mhm.
October. Yeah, and then I got from
That
Becky
is
at
amazing.
SummerSlam.
That is so
And
cool. Oh my goodness.
I know.
I love
Like, holy shit, what? No, yeah, I love her. And like she was a heel too when she told me that. I was just like, oh my God. I was
Yeah,
like, when I saw that I can meet her, I was just like, dun 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 dun.
yeah. I mean, as far as like favorite female wrestler, that's so hard because there's so many good ones. Like during the Attitude era, sorry, I always like people are probably gonna roll their eyes or call me dumb, but I always got the biggest kick out of Mae Young. Like
Oh my
she
God.
was so much, she was hilarious to me. She
She's
was
something
so
else.
much fun. So much fun. She just was there enjoying wrestling and probably just happy to be able to still do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because she was pretty, I mean, she was up there. She was pretty old at that time.
Mhm.
So, but oh, good grief. Like that just, yeah, Mae Young was just, I always got a huge kick. I got the biggest kick out of her for sure. Um, Trish Stratus definitely is another one. I think you could also put Lita up there as well. Just
Mhm.
what, especially with Trish Stratus and Lita, what they did in elevating
Oh yeah,
women's wrestling,
absolutely.
especially back then, because there weren't a whole lot of female wrestlers.
Mhm.
Um, they're definitely they weren't given the like the spotlight
Like the men did.
really. And to be able to bring more eyes to wrestling in it just in general. um so you can definitely make an argument for Mae Young, definitely the fabulous Moolah too. I mean,
Mhm.
heard some not so great things about her outside of things she did to
Okay.
the ladies and stuff that were training underneath her at her, because she had like a, I guess, like a training program that
Okay.
many years ago Vince McMahon would, back in the 80s, he would send ladies to like to improve on their skills and learn how to be a wrestler and do it correctly. And she would take a ton of money from these women. Like they'd get paid for participating in a match or in a show, and Moolah would take a whole lot of that money, leaving these ladies almost nothing to live on. And yeah, that's. But I don't know if there's any truth to that. You know what I mean? You don't know if there's truth to that, but you could definitely say fabulous Moolah too. I mean, look at her. Geez, she held the women's title for like 30 years.
Mhm.
30 years before, I think, Blaze said Wendy Richter before she lost the title to, I believe it was Wendy Richter. Um, so yeah, like very, I think Wendy Richter is a really good one. Most definitely, she definitely elevated it. Oh my God, yeah, the hand thing. I was so taken aback by that, but you're absolutely right. Like Mae Young was a super badass. Think of it this way. Mae Young, she was wrestling before women's wrestling was even a thing. She was wrestling men. Like she was wrestling men. Like, come on, you know? Like that is badass.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I think Blaze also, he said Tori Wilson. I think that's another strong choice as well. Um, so when you're talking about, you've got Tori Wilson, you've got, I think, not Tori Wilson, but I think there was another Tori, the one that was with DX. Okay. So you've got that Tori, you've got Tori Wilson. Mitch said Kelly Kelly. You got the Undertaker's wife. I can't think of her name right now. Michelle
Michelle
McCool.
Cole.
Yes, Michelle McCool. You've got these ladies that were being objectified sexually
Mhm.
language. I don't know if this is a bad word to say or not. But you had women that were being very much objectified sexually at the time. And those ladies, man, they went out there and they busted their butts.
Yep.
I mean, they were, and this was when they were given always like, oh, you got 3 minutes to do a match, or you got 5 minutes to do a match, and
Mhm.
these ladies were really championing, getting, having longer matches and being able to, um, bring attention to the sport of women's wrestling. They're not just, you know, beautiful women who are, involved in bra and panty matches. Like they can actually go out there and kick some butt, kick some
Yep.
serious butt. Look at China.
Yes.
Another
China
one.
is
Look at what she did.
savage.
Look at what she did.
Yep.
I mean, good Lord. She
Mm.
really changed. I mean, I think that she was, see, Blaze said it too. Can't forget China. Yep. She changed so much.
Oh yeah.
Women, they really didn't have a ton, like I said, a ton of women before her. You probably had Sensational Sherry. She's another one who really, she was more of a valet slash manager, but she would take bumps with the best of them too.
Mhm.
So before China, the ones that I think of really before China would be Sensational Sherry, who was very much, she was like the valet for Shawn Michaels. Um, and then you also had like Luna Vachon, who was a badass women's wrestler. And those are the only two I could really think of making a humongous impact, and really having any sort of spotlight,
Yeah.
before China. And just, I mean, she was just strong and silent. She was the bodyguard for Triple H
Mhm.
and DX. Like, that's crazy to
Yeah,
me.
I know.
So think about what she did. And that's, for a while, she was only wrestling the men, which I think was very fitting for her.
Oh yeah. Especially with her size and just like her build and everything.
Her
It fit very
strength,
well.
exactly. I mean, good Lord. I still never gonna forget though when they were doing, it looked like a kind of like a Royal Rumble match to determine who was gonna get the final number to be in the Royal Rumble or be number 30 in the Royal Rumble. And she came out at the very end and nobody was expecting her. And she eliminated Vince McMahon, which I thought was very cool.
Wow.
Um, so she could be in the Royal Rumble because they did not have a women's Royal Rumble back then.
Yeah.
So I think China definitely is a big one, um, for sure.
Oh
See, and
yeah.
Tati also said Mae Young is one of the best all time. Great choice. So yeah, I agree. Like I said, I just Mae Young. She is, when I think of Mae Young, I'm like, damn, I wish I had a grandma like Mae Young. She could go
Mhm.
out there. You could go out there during the daytime, kind of like fighting crime, like go out there and kick guys' butts, and then come home and bake you some chocolate chip cookies. Like I would want a grandma like Mae Young. Oh my goodness, like she's fantastic.
Oh my God, Mitch,
Um,
really?
Santana, oh my god. Oh, I saw him on a YouTube video last night, like funniest, like top 10 funniest something, and oh my goodness, that still cracks me up. And he was great with Beth Phoenix, who's
Oh,
another really good
yes.
women's wrestler. Beth Phoenix, man, talk
She
about
and intense.
strength.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
Talk about strength. Holy moly. She reminded me of like a shorter blonde version of China.
Yes. Oh
She really
yes.
did. She really did. Um,
Name that I keep seeing is Victoria. She definitely too,
oh
and
yeah,
especially
that's
in
another one.
TNA. Oh, she definitely built a name for herself in TNA. Like
Yes.
in TNA world, she did.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Like she very quickly, like they gave her the title like within the first year of being there.
Wow. You know,
Mhm.
that's another one. That's another wrestler that I'm very surprised has not been inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Very surprised. And it's a damn shame. Her and Batista, or
Mhm.
how Santino Morello would say, Baptista.
Bautista.
Baptista. Baptista. I'm an entrance like Baptista. Oh my god, that just makes me laugh so much. I love Santino Morel, and I like him in TNA too. He's very funny in TNA now, kind of like as an authority figure versus being in the ring. He just, oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
you got a big mouth on you, John Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena. I seriously, like, I don't know with all the stuff that he did. I seriously do not know how Beth Phoenix didn't constantly crack up. Seriously, like, I would have been losing it. You got a big mouth on you, John Cena.
One match too that I will never. Oh my god! Like the first
John
time I
Cena.
ever watched it, I was crying because I was laughing so hard. It was a blindfold match between him and Drew. Oh my god! This is like back in
What?
2009. Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up
oh
because
my god!
I'm
Like
gonna have to
it.
look that up. That sounds so funny. A blindfold match?
God, I was just like, this is freaking amazing. Like, I was dying. I was dying.
Oh my god, that had to be really, really fun. I'm gonna have to try to find that on YouTube or something. That sounds super funny.
Oh yeah, no, like I
Oh
was
my
dying.
god, that's
I was
hilarious.
dying. I was like, what is this crap? This is hilarious, but it's so stupid.
Right?
Oh,
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. Like I said, when Beth Phoenix was with Santino Marella, like I said, that was one of the. She reminded me very much of China. She was that strong, silent, female wrestler who just stood there, was had the big muscles, was very
mhm.
strong, looked her stature very strong, and she was like the bodyguard for Santino. I'm like, how do you not laugh?
Yeah.
How do you not constantly go into a fit of laughter listening to him go on and on?
And
Like, I just don't, I don't get it. I don't get it. So, oh my gosh, yes, the Tea Party with Santino, Sheamus, and Kozlov. Oh yeah, that's another one.
I know I'm sure I've seen it. I don't know why I'm drawing a
Oh
blank
my
on
gosh,
it.
it is hilarious. He says something about Sheamus being a ginger. It was, oh my god, like it was, that was another clip that was one of the other things that I saw in that video where it was the compilation of like the top 10 funniest wrestlers, or it was
Okay.
like the top 10 wrestlers that could get other wrestlers to break or something. And Santino
Oh
was,
yeah.
I think, number two. Of course, you got R-Truth was number one. Obviously, he's a national treasure.
Yes.
But I just love, 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 love R-Truth. But yeah, that was one of the things they showed was that the Tea Party with Sheamus and Santino Marella. Oh my god, it was so funny. You should look it up. If you guys haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It is super duper funny.
Oh,
It's super
definitely.
funny.
We'll look at that later.
But and that's again, it goes back to what we were talking about before. Wrestling is fun. It's fun. It doesn't have to be super serious all the time. Of course, you could have serious things going on, but wrestling's fun for people. And especially like I said, for kids, it's good, clean fun for kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's no drugs, alcohol, guns, nothing like that. It's good, clean fun. So that's why I've got, no qualms with kids watching wrestling, you know.
Agreed.
Um, but yeah, I agree with what you said about Trish. And I do miss Becky Lynch. However, she has more than earned this time away to be with her daughter, who's very small yet. And the fact that now Seth Rollins is taking time off to nurse
Mhm.
some, lagging injuries that he has. The fact that the three of them, and I know they were traveling together when they were both on TV and stuff like that. So they were traveling, the three of them, their little family together. But the fact that those two can be at home with their daughter now while they're healing up and doing those things, that's, you know what? That's
Yeah.
super important because their daughter's small. She's only like 2 or 3 years old.
Mm.
And I can understand, you know, wanting to spend time with her. But
Oh,
boy, oh
absolutely.
boy, I sure miss seeing Becky Lynch, and I miss Seth Rollins too. He's one of my favorites. I love Seth Rollins. A lot of people find him off-putting, but I love him. I love the goofy side of Seth. I love the serious side of him. Like he is fantastic, and I miss seeing him. But if it means he gets to spend time with his wife and his daughter, and he gets to come back and he's going to be fully healed up, because I cannot wait to
Mhm.
see his feud with Punk. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I
Oh,
can't wait.
yeah, it is.
I cannot wait. So, okay, Tati said my sister has two sons under 10 years old. She's not taking the chance on them watching wrestling.
Oh, boy. I mean, boys, yeah.
Well, especially
That's
with
a
their
dangerous
with their with their Auntie Tati being, the huge wrestling fan that you are, Tati, I could understand. Yeah, why people like, maybe we should hold off a little bit, kids,
Just a little
you
bit.
know. But like I said, because I don't know. I just think wrestling, it's good, clean fun for kids. Um, it's better than a lot of the crap that's out there for families to do. And I'd
Mhm.
rather have my I'd rather have my kid look up to a wrestler that they think is a superhero than any, really a lot of other things, whether it's a singer or whatever. I'd much rather have them look up to a wrestler for sure. Um, but yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I kind of think about, the good, women's wrestlers. There's so many good ones. I mean, and it's all about perspective, like
Yeah.
somebody that I would say is a good women's wrestler and is, definitely should be on like the Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers. You might think, oh my gosh, what the heck is Sarah thinking? Oh my gosh, Sarah likes Cody Rhodes? Ugh.
What? Why?
Right?
What is wrong with
Exactly,
you?
exactly, see? So it's all about perspective, and that's the cool thing about wrestling is you can agree, you can disagree, it doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Okay, here we go, Blazed, he said AJ Lee and Zelina
Oh,
Vega hold it down
absolutely.
for the smaller size women. Oh, yeah,
Absolutely,
definitely AJ
especially
Lee.
AJ Lee.
For sure, AJ Lee. Definitely. You got to think too about, I know it was during like the Divas era, I guess you could say, but the Bella Twins, I know a lot of
Yeah.
people would say the Bella Twins would be in there, and you can't really fault somebody for saying that because they did quite a bit to elevate women's wrestling, especially
Mhm.
when it's the Divas era. Like I said, they were getting 5-minute matches, you know.
And
I think I
especially
heard
Nikki too.
what was that?
Even especially Nikki too. She held that Divas title for a year.
Yeah, and it's at a time when you were lucky if, women were lucky if they held that title for a month. I
Yeah.
mean, they were playing hot potato with that Divas title, you
Mhm.
know? So the fact that she held it for as long as she did shows A, that she's good, okay? And B, that WWE trusted her to be able to put that level of responsibility on her shoulders, you know? And Tati says, I'd rather my nephews and daughter watch wrestling than music videos or some of these so-called kids shows they have nowadays.
Truth.
I could not agree more. I would much rather have my kid looking up to a wrestler and admiring a wrestler than, some of these singers and movie stars and all these other people that are out there nowadays. You're most definitely right with that. 100% I agree. I agree 100%, Tati, for sure. Definitely agree. So, um, and just think too of like all the good things that wrestlers has done. For example, like the Make a Wish Foundation. How
Oh
many
yeah,
wishes? If you look at John Cena,
John Cena.
um, John
Over
Cherna,
500.
how,
Well over
yeah, like
500.
how many Make a Wish kids did he meet with and just make those kids' lives at a time
Mhm.
when they're dealing with horrific medical conditions and medical issues.
Yep.
And he got those, he got those kids to forget about. Oh, I'm getting some bad feedback.
You're good now.
Yeah, I was getting some bad feedback. That was crazy. That was very weird.
Hmm.
Um, but think about all those kids whose lives John Cena got those kids to forget about being sick for a little bit.
Yep.
And see, Mitch says I was one of them. Like just think about all these wrestlers and the Make-A-Wish stuff they do and the charities that they help out and how many people's lives they're changing by all this work that they do.
Mhm.
It's fantastic.
It is.
It's fantastic. I mean, if you're in a position like they are, where they've got this humongous public platform, and they can, or think about what Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson did for Connor's Cure.
Yes.
He
Yes.
met with that little boy. Like I still watch that interaction with those two, and it makes me cry because the little boy unfortunately lost his life.
Mhm.
But just think about all those other kids. He made that kid forget about being sick for a little while. And by developing this charity, they're able to help so many more kids and families with that. I mean, that's huge.
Mhm.
It's huge. And when you're in a public, when you're a public figure like that, I think most definitely if you have the ability and the means to do that, go for it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're not hurting anything. You're just helping other people that maybe need little bit of a leg up.
Mhm.
You know. Oh, Blaze said he also likes Britt Baker. Yes, yes, I'm from Pittsburgh. And Sheeta and Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander. They're all badasses. Oh God, Jamie Hayter, do not even get me started on the treatment she's had so far. I am so disappointed. So disappointed. Like you have somebody now. I know you don't watch
I
AEW,
was gonna say, I'm
Denise,
assuming she's
but
AEW. Okay.
yes, but Jamie Hayter was out for like over a year, like a year and a half, and she
Wow.
came back at All In during the pre-show. You're gonna have somebody who was one of your top women stars gone for a year and a half, and you're gonna have her come back on the pre-show?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me right now?
What is that? That's crazy.
I know, Blaze. It just rubs me the wrong way. Like, she should have came back. I think she should have came back and during maybe Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker's match. I think that would have been much more fitting since she was very tight with Britt Baker when she left. I think that would have made a lot more sense. And I think she deserves to come back during the main show, not the pre-show. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't agree with that. That really rubbed me the wrong way and it made me a little angry for her. She deserves better than that. She deserves better than that. But you're absolutely right. She came back from a really bad, I think it was a shoulder injury, and I think she had to
Yeah.
have surgery or something. So she had to rehab, and oh my goodness, yeah. But she looks absolutely,
Good.
physically, she looks absolutely amazing. She looks absolutely amazing. And I'm so glad she's back. I'm so glad she's back. I mean, she had to drop the title. She had their women's title and she had to drop it because she was hurt because of her shoulder. So
Jeez.
she knew she had to leave to get surgery and rather than vacate the title, she actually lost the title and
Okay.
put over somebody else, put over Tony Storm.
Okay.
Oh, Monet. Yes, I know. It's Mercedes Monet. like money, like dollars, dollar signs, y'all. But yeah, it just, like I said, though, just it really has rubbed me the wrong way with the way they brought her back. Like she should be on, not just on Rampage, she should be on Dynamite. She definitely should be having more higher profile feuds, not feuding with Soraya, somebody that barely wrestles anymore. Like she formerly, so Soraya on AEW, that's her real name. She was Paige.
Yeah.
That's Paige. So yeah, I just don't. I'm so happy she's back though. I will say I'm so happy she's back. I just would like to see her
Yeah.
get elevated a little bit more because she deserves it. She busted her ass. Like she's so amazing. Jamie Hayter's so amazing. Very, very good. And I agree, Britt Baker's very good too. I mean, she started in AEW. So she's been there the entire almost 5 years the company's been around. So she was original, like AEW original, like been there the whole time. And she's another one she's very good, works very hard. So really, yeah, I definitely could say Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter for sure in AEW. I think Toni Storm is another good women's wrestler in AEW, man, especially this last feud she had. Holy smokes. Like her gimmick was kind of like, okay, enough already. Like it's getting obnoxious now, but yeah, I don't care for Soraya. I really don't.
A lot of
It's
people
just her.
don't.
I wasn't a humongous fan of her in W, kind of like with Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks. I wasn't a big fan of her in WWE either. I think with Mercedes Moné, I think that she thinks she's better than she really is. And her gimmick is so obnoxious and off-putting. I'm like, okay,
Like right
yeah, no.
now.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes. It is ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, no. I'm not feeling this. I am not feeling this. I don't like it. Like, can we please move on to something that's a little bit more grounded in reality? You know, she calls herself the CEO now. Okay, what? Like, because you're running the freaking company? Give me a
Oh
break.
my
No.
god.
No, you're not. No,
Hold
you're not.
on.
But oh my gosh, Blaze, I know. I said that to Mitch earlier that Tony Khan doesn't even say Mercedes Moné's name. The owner of AEW doesn't even say her name correctly. It's kind of weird. Um, but yeah, Blaze says he says he knows many don't like her, but I love Saray, and I think her and Hater are put in a program because they know each other so well. Well, that makes sense. I mean, and I want to see them have a good, successful program, but I just don't think Soraya is it. I know, baby steps. I need to keep reminding myself baby steps. She did just come back after being gone for over a year. But yeah, it's just, I feel so strongly because I really like her a lot. Another one you should look into is Willow Nightingale.
I said, yeah, I know who
Oh,
she is.
I love Willow. She's just got this good positive vibe. Oh my God, she's an ass kicker, just like Chris Statlander. She's another woman, super strong, like just very tough,
Okay.
really good like female role models for people and kids, especially little girls. Really
Mhm.
positive role model
Okay.
for little girls to look up to. Definitely a lot of good positive role models in AEW, of course, and also obviously WWE for sure. Um, and Blaze says Willow is my number one right now of all of them. I just love her. I love Willow. Oh my God. Just her positive vibe. And she tries to look on the bright side of things. And I think that really speaks to, especially when you've got kids watching the TV
Yeah.
shows, like, and she talks about that, like, well, you know what, I lost that match, yeah, it sucks, but you know what, I gotta keep it moving, gotta move on to the next thing, focus on my next goal, And I think that's such a fantastic thing for kids to see because they're not just, hearing it from mom and dad. I think we all were like that. When our mom or dad tells us something, we don't care. We don't like whatever,
We're
mom,
gonna
talk to
listen
the
to
hand.
it when it comes from somebody who we look up to.
Exactly, exactly. So again, they can be that like good positive role model for kids, especially little girls. It's so important for little girls to have those positive and little boys too, have those positive role models. And it's a big deal.
Oh,
So
big time, big time.
so Blaze says I've always been a big Taya Valkyrie fan too. Hated what they did to her in NXT. Yeah, I didn't really catch her in NXT. The first time I actually saw Taya Valkyrie was when she debuted in AEW and had like that face to face, like kind of face off with Jade when Jade Cargill was still in
Okay.
AEW. She debuted and kind of went nose to nose, face to face with Jade and was like, I'm gonna take your title.
Okay.
And they had this feud. I was really hoping that Taya was gonna take the title and dethrone Jade. They kind of made her in AEW, they kind of made Jade like the female Goldberg with like this very long, like undefeated streak. And
Okay.
it was, if she would have been better, I think better in the ring, it would have been more believable for her to have this very long, I think she had like, I think it was like 52 or 54 match, like winning streak before she dropped her title. And the only reason why they had her lose was because that was her last match in AEW. And then before she went to WWE.
Okay.
So I was really hoping that Taya was going to end up taking the title off of her, but it's almost like they kept the title on her just for the sake of keeping the title on her. There
Yeah.
was no rhyme or reason to it. I could have understood it if perhaps she was better in the ring, if she really, or if she was showing improvement, that, I could get behind that too. But like I said, at the end there, it's like they were just having her be undefeated just for the sake of her saying, I'm undefeated. There was no purpose, no rhyme or reason behind it. So kind of wore very thin, wore very thin. So our next topic is: are you excited for Saturday night's main event coming back? How do you feel about that show coming back, Denise? Now, I didn't get a chance to watch it. That was when I before I started watching wrestling. I think I don't remember watching that show when I was a kid. So
I mean, honestly, I don't really know if I'm gonna be honest. When they announced that, I was just like, huh? What?
right,
What? Because I mean, I didn't watch it like either and everything. So I mean, it
sure,
doesn't really have a significance for me and everything. So it's just they brought it back. Okay. I mean, it's nice that they're gonna like let us see it and everything. Because I mean, like, I didn't. I thought it was just something. Like honestly, my first like thought when I heard about it, and I'm like, because I also read that they were like taking away the house shows, and I was just like, I don't know why they're doing that. But then I was just like, they brought this back, and I'm like, okay, so they're gonna be airing like a house show. Like, wait, what? Like, I didn't understand. Like, I honestly wasn't like, I was a little confused because, like I said, I don't remember that, and I had never really looked for it, so I didn't know it was a thing. So, I mean, and then
yeah.
yeah, it is coming.
Yep,
Like,
in December. Yeah, Tati, Saturday night's main event is coming back to WWE. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I heard that it was going to be a 1 hour show. So kind of like how AEW Rampage on Friday nights is an hour.
okay,
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately it's the same time as Collision, which stinks. Um Oh, Saturday night's main event won't be every week. Well, that kind of sucks. I guess it's good in a way because I mean that's a lot of wrestling, you know.
Mhm.
And we are, I mean, we live, you got to figure as wrestling fans, we are in an amazing time. There's so much wrestling for us to watch. You've got
Mhm.
TNA, the 2 hour show. You've got New Japan stuff, which I don't really watch a ton of New Japan. You've got Ring of Honor, which is also part of AEW. It's owned by the same man, Tony Khan, for those of you who don't know. Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor and AEW. So you've got Ring of Honor stuff that comes on. You've got Raw on Monday. Monday night we've got Raw. Tuesday night, like tonight, we have NXT. Wednesday night you have Dynamite. Thursday you have TNA. And I think Ring of Honor, I think, is on Thursdays as well. I think, or maybe they only do like pay-per-view shows. I'm not sure. Tati could correct me if Tati's still in the chat. She's like the AEW guru, queen, AEW guru for sure. So she could correct me on that. She's very, very much in, follows AEW and Ring of Honor very closely. But Friday night, you've got SmackDown and you've got AEW Rampage. Saturday night, you have Collision. The only night really that there's not like consistent wrestling is Sunday. So 6 nights a week we have wrestling. There's so much wrestling. So I guess it's, oh, I suppose. So okay, so Blaze says it's only a quarterly special. So every 3 months. I like it that way to keep it special. I agree. It's just it would be cool. And I like the retro look. Like I've seen the promo commercial for it and they've got that like retro like 80s music and all of that. Oh no. Tati, she goes, not every week. So how often? Some of us are either watching Collision or at the club on Saturdays. Yep. So Tati is either partying or she's watching Collision. Smart woman. Um, she's out at the club with her friends, dancing it up, or she's watching wrestling, which is awesome. So yeah, so quarterly, so every 3 months. So if they have the first one in December, then that means if it's every 3 months, so that would be the end of February, beginning of March would be the next one. That kind of stinks. Like I kind of, and then the other thing too you got to think about is, okay, so what if you have like a pre-scheduled PLE premium live event for WWE that's supposed to be on Saturday, and then it's Saturday night's main event?
I don't think they would.
No,
They'd make
they
sure
would.
that they wouldn't collide like
I
that.
suppose, yeah, because I'm like, I wouldn't be able to choose between what. I mean, obviously, I'd watch, I guess, the PLE over the Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of times too, like if I can't catch wrestling live, I just DVR it and then I'll watch it back. Like sometimes when I've got, stuff going on, like with my mom or whatever on a Saturday and I can't catch Collision, I'll just DVR it and then I'll watch it on Sunday morning so I can kind of like, save it. Yeah, I agree. Quarterly does seem odd for the Saturday night's main event. Like, I really wish it was like a weekly thing, just because you could maybe get on. That would be something that would be, I think, really good for maybe the newer talent that perhaps just got called up to the main roster from NXT. I think that would be great. Getting them used to the differences between being on the main roster versus NXT. And NXT is a really good introduction, but to the whole WWE system and everything. But I really wish it was every week. But I also, again, I kind of agree with Blaze too in the fact he said it's supposed to be special. Keep something special. Oh, okay. And I think there's a comment up here that Blaze said where it started airing in like Saturday night's main event originally started airing at like 1980. Yeah, here we go. Premiering in 1985. It originally aired on NBC in the United States in place of Saturday Night Live for weeks when that show did not have new episodes until 1990.
I'm assuming that was supposed to be 1999 and he missed a
1999. I don't know. So yeah, 1985, I was probably knee high to a grasshopper. I was itty bitty
I
in
wasn't even thought
1985.
of.
Yeah, I was
Awesome.
really teeny tiny in 1985. Very teeny tiny little girl, little baby. So yeah, I wasn't watching Saturday Night's Main Event in 1985.
I wasn't thought of yet.
You're like, I was just a gleam in my mother's eye.
Was it 95 or 85, Blaze? Make up your mind. Jeez.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, good grief.
I know Mitch was
Duh.
1969.
1969. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi. Yeah, Chris Jericho's new gimmick just
God.
drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. I hate it. I hate it. It's just, yeah, not good. Not good. People talk about it to make fun of it. I don't think they talk about it because they like it. I think they talk about it to make fun of him. Kind of like how I do.
Whoopsie.
Okay, so it ran from 85 to 95. So 10 years. Okay. And I think, yeah, if it's quarterly, then it should be a lot. I mean, if it's only going to be on quarterly, though, because I swear, I don't remember where I heard, but I thought I heard they said it was only going to be like an hour-long show. Well, I'm sorry. If you're going to have it only be on quarterly, then I think it should be a 3-hour show like Raw.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be quarterly.
Especially if it's only going to be quarterly. Now, if it was going to be on weekly, I could see making it 1 hour. But not if it's only every quarter. Every quarter it should absolutely be 3 hours. It should absolutely be 3 hours. So and kind of I know we were talking about Saturday Night's Main Event, but I wanted to ask your opinion on this. So they said, I've heard news reports that SmackDown, so after the first of the year when SmackDown's going to be. Oh, see, Tati even says the same thing. She goes, quarterly should be longer than 1 hour for sure. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree. I think definitely. If it's only going to be quarterly, it should be like a 3-hour show. I mean, I'm sorry. If you can do Raw for 3 hours, a 3-hour show every single week, you can most certainly make Saturday Night's Main Event a 3-hour show. For sure. So Blaze said, I love Jericho. He's one of the greatest of all time. Hi, guys. That gimmick wasn't getting over at first, but lately people are popping for it. Jericho can get anything over. He got the list over for F's sake. Well, the list was super funny. Like, the list was super. You just made the list. Oh, you're a stupid idiot. You're a stupid idiot. And guess what? You just made the list. Yeah, the list was so. I just love that. That was really funny. But yeah, the learning tree. It just. Yeah, I don't know. The whole entrance. I am the learning tree. Really? You got to announce it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So do you remember Big Cass?
Oh, Lord, yes.
So he's in AEW and he's called Big Bill now. I guess Bill is his real name.
Interesting.
So he's called Big Bill in AEW, and he is now in like a faction in a group with Chris Jericho.
Oh God!
And Chris Jericho started calling him the Redwood Big Bill because he's as tall as a tree, apparently. I'm like, that's just ridiculous.
No. What?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Ridiculous. It's so absurd. It's just, I mean, I just shake my head. It's like, okay.
No
this
more.
Is like, yeah, this is the weirdest name ever. I just, not feeling it. But I agree with Blaze. Like, he said the Hi Guys thing is catching on. Like, I think it is a little bit too, like I said, I'm talking about it just because I think it's just cringy and obnoxious, and I make fun of it.
Sorry, Blaze.
No, and I'm not saying I dislike Chris Jericho necessarily, because you are 100% right. He is one of the greatest of all times. He's been around for super duper long time. He's very, very, very good. But I'm not hating him like as a person or as a wrestler because he has done a lot for wrestling. However, this gimmick is just super duper cringe for me. Super cringe. Not feeling it, but you should look it up, Denise. It's actually just like I said. It's so silly. It makes me funny.
Oh boy. Oh god. Glittery dude.
Tati says, "Ew, Jericho. When he isn't wearing ring gear, he wears those witchy glittery boots. Barf." Yeah, yeah. Very, very interesting fashion choices, clothing choices there. Most definitely interesting.
And I'm sorry, but those light up jackets, that was ridiculous. And his glittery. I was like, what are you wearing?
Right,
I mean,
right.
when they're heels, they are definitely very obnoxious. So.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm sure you do, Blaze. Okay, so this is a good comment. So, I mean, yes, Jericho doesn't look great anymore, but being able to still go at his age is impressive to me. Oh, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I agree. The fact that the guy can still go, and I mean, you could say the same thing about Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett can still go in the ring. Do I think he should be in the ring doing matches? No. He should be behind the scenes as a producer or a writer, helping get over the younger talent. He most definitely should not still be in the ring in like actual like a program with someone. No. He needs to be influencing, he needs to be mentoring and helping the newer, younger talent. Oh, I didn't mean that about Jericho. I was talking about Jeff Jarrett.
I mean, like Jeff Jarrett, I hear Jeff Jarrett, obviously my mind goes straight to TNA and I cannot.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, just go away, go
I know.
away.
I know.
He was oh my god, he was the worst.
Yep. Oh, and I've got NXT on in the background on my TV. I've obviously got it muted, but Trick Williams. Woohoo! I love Trick Williams. He's one of my favorites. He's just got that aura about him. He's got that charisma, and he's super good. So I really hope that they call him up sooner rather than later.
Oh yeah.
To the main roster. Mitch, hit the button. Next topic.
Cody is not.
Yeah, let's not talk about how boring Cody's title reign has been. Like I said, to me, it's ridiculous. WWE spent 2 years building this man up, have him win the title, and then it's like, pew! Yeah, whop, whop, whop. Pretty much, yeah. Let me get back into my, you just made the list. Let me get to my list here. Okay. So the next topic is ChatGPT's top 10 male superstars of all time. Oh boy.
Bring it, Mitch.
Bring it on.
Let's go.
Yeah, come on, producer Mitch.
Come on, Mitchell.
I'm just going to say one of you is not going to be happy.
It's probably gonna
I don't want to say who, but you know what? Screw it. Sorry, Denise. AJ Styles is on it.
That's because they're losers. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
No. Yeah, these are the honorable mentions. So Edge, Brock Lesnar, Macho Man.
Really?
Yep.
Oh boy.
But Sarah, guess who's 10?
10.
Oh,
Randy. That's really bad though. That he's 10 and that
he's number 10. Really?
Yes.
I'm actually having fun with this then.
You are.
Oh, that's insulting. That's insulting.
People are freaking stupid.
Oh, I'm just going to say this.
Thank you, Tati. Paul Levesque, we're bored.
That's all I got to say. Tati's going to love this. That's all I got to say.
Oh, boy.
Yep. All right. So
that means that I'm going to like it too then.
Number 9, Triple
H. Okay. Can we talk for a minute about Triple H? So I know a lot of people give him crap because he's, the booker, I guess, quote unquote booker, whatever that means, he's writing the shows, he's helping and stuff. But think about where this man started. He started wrestling in WCW back in the day when WCW is still a thing. He started in WCW, came over to WWE. He was supposed to win King of the Ring the year Stone Cold won it, but because he did the whole bow, the whole thing with who was it? It was Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, and Kevin Nash or Diesel. So when Razor Ramon and Diesel were leaving WWE to go to WCW, they did the curtain call thing where they were hugging and acknowledging each other because those two were leaving. And to punish Triple H, Vince McMahon said, nope, now you're not winning King of the Ring. We're giving it to Stone Cold instead. He came back from that, and he was one of the best heels ever for the many years.
Boy.
Yeah. So, Tati, so this is called ChatGPT. So when you type in a phrase, it will give you like an answer. So top 10 male superstars of all time. And this is its list. So it's just a talking point, discussion point.
Very pointless because they're stupid.
Number 8, Bret Hart.
Oh, oh, sorry, my camera went off. Yeah, he should be higher on this list. Come on now.
No. Maybe next week.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. We could do like a Chat GPT thing every week and just kind of. Oh, that would be fun. Sorry. You don't have to be lonely, Tati, with us. You can come be with us. It's fine.
All right. So
anytime.
Number 7, The Rock.
Oh, I'm surprised he's not higher too. Oh, good Lord. Okay.
Number 6, John Cena.
John Cena.
And occasionally beyond. What does that even mean?
All right.
Oh, I like Blaze's comment. Next week, do top 10 reasons why Orange Cassidy rules. Right, Mitchie Poo?
Okay. Then I'll put Mercedes Monet then. I'll just put Monet there. You good.
Oh, gosh.
Number 5, HBK.
I love Shawn Michaels. He was
so
wonderful. Oh, my gosh. Sweet chin music.
All right. Number 4, Ric Flair.
Oh, wow. Okay. I can agree with that. Ric Flair's in the top 10. All right. I agree.
Denise, what about you? Or you just no, he's just out. So you're just like
it's stupid. It's just a stupid. He's one of the best ever, and I'm not just saying that because he's my favorite. He's one of the best ever.
Number 3, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, number 3. No. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, you got to think about it. So think about it this way. When Hulk Hogan was still wrestling, he was like how Cody right now is the face of WWE. Hulk Hogan was the face of WWE. He did all the Make-A-Wishes. He was on every pay-per-view. He was very prominently on all the things, all the shows, and did all kinds of stuff for them. Later in life, he made some not so great, comments, some very controversial comments and things like that. So yeah, later I don't agree with, but when you think about the heyday of WWE, it kind of makes sense. Yes, I agree with you, Blaze. He definitely made wrestling big in the 80s. Every kid was dressing up as Hulk Hogan for Halloween for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I agree with the Hogan thing and being a 3. Number 2, Stone Cold.
What?
What?
You?
What?
And
well, yeah.
Think about it.
When
you think about it too, really quick about Stone Cold, guys. Stone Cold only wrestled he wasn't wrestling very long in WWE.
Right.
I mean, he was in WCW, and then I know he did a little stint in ECW, and then he went from ECW to WWE, and that's when he really
built himself up, and he was only wrestling there for, I think it was like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Hulk is not on. Tati says Hulk is not on my top 10, but I can understand he was Vinnie Mac's boy toy. Some of y'all had Hogan Underoos too.
Okay, really? He's not number one. You
No,
you want to guess who's number one?
I think it's Undertaker.
Yep, number
I
one.
don't even know why I didn't think.
Look at that, Tati. Your man is number one.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I had Spider-Man under. Oh God, Blaze. It's Spider-Man Underoos. Yep, no shame in my game. See, and that's right, Tati. Austin, yeah, Stone Cold knew when to get out because he had the knee issues and then he had the neck stuff going on. I still think some of my favorite stuff with Stone Cold, though, was when they made him Sheriff Austin. That was so, and he was always riding around on the ATV chasing people, chasing Vince McMahon with the on the ATV. That crap was funny as hell to me. It was so funny. I love it. But no, I agree with Undertaker. Think about it. That man, a 30-year career.
Yeah.
30 years before he retired. And he still does stuff with WWE. Look at that. He made an appearance in the main event of WrestleMania this year. I mean, but I've heard Undertaker say on his podcast, like he could tell his the quality of his matches wasn't where he wanted it to be. He couldn't like go, quote unquote, as hard and as fast as he wanted to. And he didn't want to put out a bad product for the fans. I can definitely respect that for sure. Was I sad when he retired? Absolutely, because he was a part of my childhood into my adulthood. Like, so I was sad when he retired, very much so. And I miss not seeing him on SmackDown and Raw and stuff. It sucks. But oh my goodness. He went from being the normal Undertaker to doing the American Badass Undertaker, where he's right on the motor on his Harley, which was flipping amazing. I loved it. And then he finally went back to being the Dead Man, and it was awesome. All of it was awesome.
Yep. Honestly,
what do you think, Mitch?
There's so many superstars I could put on this list that we'll be here for an hour.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can go on, but I'm not mad at all. If I had to critique it, maybe I'll put Cena up a little bit, but that's me being biased. But
yes.
Yeah. So, yep, ChatGPT's top 10 of men WWE superstars of all time.
Wow. That's cool. I wouldn't, that's a cool thing to kind of look up. And I agree. Blaze put a comment in here that, top 10, it's subjective, Like I said before, what I might really like a lot, you guys might be like, oh my God, what the heck is she thinking? This, that's terrible. So you're right, Blaze. It's totally subjective. Everybody's got things they like, wrestlers they like, things they like, and they've got things they don't like, and that's okay.
Well, Blaze, you can do that yourself.
Wow.
Yeah. ChatGPT, y'all.
It's great.
Yeah, that was a fun list. And there were people on there that I would have had on there that weren't on there. But it's so hard to just do top 10 because there's so many great ones.
So
doing a top 10.
Like right now, add 5 more, and it will give you 5 more. So let me put this back up. I always do this.
Okay.
So it will add like 5 more. So you have Macho Man at 11, Brock Lesnar at 12, Edge at 13.
Lesnar's so gross.
I'm sorry, Edge should definitely be higher. That's
Hi
ridiculous.
guys. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Oh my god, I don't even know why Lesnar's on there. He's so gross.
Kurt Angle, I don't, that's hard for me. Kurt Angle should be higher too.
Are you gonna put him higher than Jericho?
I would, but that's
Yeah.
me.
You put anyone over these guys if they're not like you should put AJ Styles way up there.
See, no
Where would
offense-
you so Tati, where would you put Brock Lesnar?
See, this is the best part about this list. Like it's interchangeable. You can just plug and put in, plug and put in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I never would have thought to like look to Chat GPT for this. I thought
I
You know,
use
people-
this all the time. I
That's
use
crazy.
this instead of Google, unless I'm looking up
really.
pictures.
You
I
also
use this instead of Google. If I'm looking up pictures for thumbnails, I'll use Google. But
You-
for this, I'll use for anything.
You also
Wow.
notice two who are not on this list either.
Yes.
Roman and Cody.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I can be like, add 5 more, add 5 more. We'll be here all day.
Wow.
Brocket, yeah. Real life fighter. Became 150, 200.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing I got most frustrated with Brock Lesnar. It's like, okay, what does he do in the ring? The F5 and a German suplex. Like
Suplex
whoop
City.
de
or
Yeah,
knee
like-
people in their gut. So they
yeah,
can-
whoop de doo. Like, I'm sorry, but no. Yeah, right, Blaze. Where the heck is Sting on this list?
Yeah. Okay,
No.
see, if you see Sting, you're gonna get Sting in TNA. Sting will be in TNA. I bet you money.
Oh my gosh, he was so good in TNA.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, he was so good.
Went batshit crazy for Sting.
They really, I'm so disappointed with how they fumbled him in WWE when he came to WWE. So disappointed.
I'm just curious.
Oh,
I'm curious. All right.
Rey
oh,
Mysterio at 16.
Okay.
I like Mysterio at 16. Eddie,
Eddie Guerrero had 17. Yeah, this list is whack.
Mick Foley at 18.
That's whack too. He should be higher. It's fucking Mick Foley.
Kane at
Hey,
19.
see, no, this thing is whack. I'm telling
what?
you.
AJ Styles at 20. Is it better now?
20.
Is it better now?
No, he's at 20.
It's better than 21. Yeah, that's actually crazy how they put Ray above Eddie. That's actually crazy.
Lord.
Kane
You're right,
had-
Blaze. Kane had 5 moves too, but when I think of Kane, I think first of all, because I think we talked about this, Mitch, like Kane's
Yeah.
like top moments or whatever. You cannot deny his first time he was in WWE, appearing in that Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, ripping the door off the cage and choke slamming Undertaker. I think that's what he did. Is he choke slammed Undertaker, like his debut in WWE. Come on now. But he was so formidable. He was the big red machine, the big red monster. So yeah, I agree. With Tati, I'd put Kurt Angle higher than Y2J, but Y2J had a much longer career.
Yeah.
Much longer career. So that makes sense. Definitely. So yeah.
I mean, I could always be like every 5, add 5 more, add 5 more. Like this thing
Yeah,
never
that's
stops.
nuts.
Never
Well, and it's
stops.
funny because like as soon as you did, add 5 more and then names started coming up, I'm like, oh wait, they should be higher. And then I see the next one.
Exactly.
Wait, they
It thinks of-
should be higher too.
it thinks of
So-
names that you're not thinking right now. It just gives you
Exactly.
random- Where's Andre the Giant? Not even here. Right?
Yeah, didn't he? He only wrestled for like 3 years though, or 4 years,
I
didn't
know.
he?
I'm just throwing out names.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Andre the Giant's still like not even there. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. I mean, he made it no pun intended. He made a big impact in wrestling. So,
Yeah, but
yes.
Cena did so much more
Yep.
outside of WWE. So it put that in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. Yeah, Cena did. I mean, they were. I'm sure everybody's heard of this. I mean, they were getting ready to turn. To release Cena when he first came to WWE, and then somebody heard him rapping on the bus, and that's when they had him change his gimmick to doing the rapping, and that's when he or incorporate the rapping into his gimmick, and yeah, that's when things really started to take off for him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Yeah, we can do this every week. If you guys want to do top hottest WWE male superstars next week, we can do that.
Yeah, this is fun.
Top WWE
yeah.
female tag teams or whatever, men tag teams, whatever. This is like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
That's so cool. See, and I thought ChatGPT, the only thing you could use ChatGPT for was to cheat on college papers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I wish this was around when I was in school.
Right?
Oh yeah.
It was not working. Yeah. Until Stephanie McMahon gave him the idea when she heard him rapping on the bus.
You know who also too? Now that I think about it, because I actually did pull it up and I did TNA. Jeff Hardy is not on that list.
No Jeff Hardy, no Matt Hardy. I can go on and on.
Oh, I remember Batista was Leviathan. He wore the big chain around his neck and carried around a collection box with Devon.
The Dudleys are not even on this. Like Daniel Bryan's at 21.
What?
Like
Oh
same,
hell no!
Exactly. CM Punk is 22.
What?
See what I mean? Like
Not my man Punk. Come on now.
Ultimate Warrior 23.
Trash.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at 24.
Trash.
And then 25, Batista.
No, you got to say it right. But Batista.
Batista.
Come on. I want an entrance like Batista. Oh, Santino Marella is seriously one of the funniest things ever. I love him.
Yep.
He was so great. But Batista.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, watch 5 more. It would
That's
never
why I
end.
said, I'm like, Daniel Bryan being that far, that is absurd.
Seth Rollins at 26.
What?
See what I'm talking about? 27.
Well, I kind of understand Seth. I kind of understand Seth Rollins though. Like he hasn't had it's not like he's been doing this for 30 years.
Jeff Hardy 28. Roddy Piper 29.
I love Roddy Piper. He was one of my
Booker
favorites.
T's ahead of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
Can you dig that, sucker?
I love Booker T.
Five time WCW champion.
And then 5 more. See, I can just keep on doing this all day.
King Booker.
Booker T's still at 31.
What? I don't know, man, because he
32?
hasn't been around. He hasn't had a long enough career to be this low on. You know what I mean? This close to the top.
33. Who's 34? Bobby the Brain Heenan. That's the part. No Paul Heyman.
What?
The Big Show is 35.
Oh hell no!
It's no Roman Reigns.
No, you need to do 5 more. This is ridiculous. But you're gonna have the Big Show above Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. That is insane. That you're gonna have Big Show
Goldberg,
ahead of Sheamus.
37.
That's dumb.
37. Who's 38? Andre the Giant at 38. They one, yeah. Okay, enough. Dean Ambrose, 39.
Trash.
I love how it says John Moxley right there. Giving credit to AEW there. You know what?
Jake the Snake.
I'm gonna go to 50 and then we're gonna call it.
Okay. Oh, I love Jake the Snake.
Oh, not top 10.
Way to go.
Oh my god. Can you stop this?
Way to go.
I really hate myself. I really do. I'm gonna be here. Okay.
Yeah. Good job, bitch.
Way
It's
to go,
gonna-
Mitchell.
Look what's gonna happen now. It's gonna start all over again. Watch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys.
No, I'll figure it out.
That's your fault.
Yes.
It's
From
not my fault.
from 40 to 50. Let's try that. There we go. See, I got it.
Rick Rude. Okay. Rick Rude, I agree with. He was excellent.
Wow.
Finn Balor, 42.
Shit.
What? Do not agree with that.
Christian, 43.
Father of the
Oh,
Year.
Owen Hart, 44. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Tito Santana. For a second, I thought that said Santino for a second.
Rob Van Dam.
I love
Rob
Rob Van Dam.
Van
Psycho
Dam.
Sid.
Psycho Sid.
Samoa Joe is ahead of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. The Iron Sheik is at 50.
What?
See?
Damn.
I know. Christian, Father of the Year. According to Gunther, it's Gunther #1. Goldberg. Oh my God. That, when he said that to Bret Hart, I was dying. That was
Yeah.
so funny.
That was great.
Oh my God. That was so hilarious. Just the way, like the look on his face, the tone of his voice, the way he said it. And I'm like, I wonder if he got if Bret Hart gave him the okay to say that. Like if he had to get approval from Bret Hart to say something like that. Cause that was so damn funny. I couldn't believe he said that. I was like, oh my God. That was hilarious. But that was fun. We should do this again next week. This was fun.
Every week. Whatever you want.
Good call, Mitch.
Yep. Queens
Good
of the
call,
Ring
Mitch.
next Wednesday. Queens of the Ring next Wednesday.
Yep. So next week, we're gonna do Queens of the Ring on Wednesday, guys, instead of Tuesday, because Denise has work. She has to work Tuesday night, so we have to move Queens of the Ring next week to Wednesday. So that is going to be, what day is next one? What's the date next Wednesday, Mitch? The 2nd. Okay. So next week it's going to be Wednesday. Tati says the check WWE gave Bret made it okay to mention Goldberg. Probably the big fat check he got from WWE. He's like, you can say whatever you want. But yeah, so next week Queens of the Ring is going to be on Wednesday, October 2nd. So we hope you guys join us for that. We'd love to see you guys. Thank you everybody for being here. Tati and Blaze. Ram was here earlier. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This was super duper fun. I think we're gonna have to do this again next week where we do like a chat GPT thing. This was great.
Oh, for sure.
So this was excellent.
Yeah.
This was so much fun.
And it was nice for you guys to yell at that instead of yelling at me. So there was
Oh, we'll still yell at you.
Yeah.
I
We'll still pick on you, Mitch. It's
I don't doubt
because we
that.
love
I
you.
don't
It's
doubt that
fine.
for a second. It's all great. Yep.
Well, thank you, Tati, and thank you so much for being here. That means a lot. I really appreciate you being here. So, but yeah, this was super fun. So again, next week's episode of Queens of the Ring is going to be on Wednesday, October 2nd. Same time and everything. This is exclusive to the Hardcore Sports Network. So please make sure you like and subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. Also, you can find us on all social media, and we are also on Spotify. So I hope you guys had fun tonight. I know I sure had fun. And thank you guys all for being here. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. See you
See
guys.
ya.
Have a good one.